Hello everybody and welcome to Bowtie Teacher. In this video I'm going to be going through the Year 7 December assessment and showing you how I would answer these questions so that when you get your test back you can take a look at your answers and see where you can make your improvements. Let's get started. So for question 1 we're doing some multiplying and dividing numbers. So the first one, 24 times 3. So 24 times 3, we're going to do 3 times 4 and 3 times 2 plus the 1 gives us 72. 56 times 4, 56 times 4, we're going to do 4 times 6 and 4 times 5 plus the 2 is 224. 810 divided by 3, so we're going to do 3's into 810. So 3's into 8 go 2, remainder 2. 3's into 21 go 7, and 3's into 0 go 0. And 24 times 12, just to show you a different method, we can do this Chinese style method if you like, 24 and 12, and we'll fill these in. So 1 times 2 goes in this box as a 2-digit number, 1 times 4, 2 times 2, and 4 times 2 like that, and then we work the diagonals like this. So starting in this diagonal, 8, 4 and 4, 0, 2, 0, we get 288 there. Okay, 730 times 21, if we scroll down a bit, 730 times 21, we can do 730 times 21. 1 times 0, 3 and 7, leave a 0. 2 times 0, 2 times 3, and 2 times 7. Add those up, and we get 15330. Richard paid 56 pence for 4 pencils. What is the cost of each pencil? So we're going to do 4's into 56. That goes 1, carry 1. And the 4 for the 4's into 16. And what is 510 divided by 15? That's going to be 15 into 510. So 15's into 5 go 0, carry the 5. 15's into 51 go 3, remainder 6, and 15's into 60 go 4. What is 657 divided by 8? So 8 into 6 goes 0, carry the 6. 8 into 65 go 8, remainder 1. And 8 into 17 go 2. So we have a remainder here, so we're going to have to add a digit here. So we're going to have to add an extra 0 there. Sorry, that's a 1. 8 into 10 go 1, remainder 2. 8 into 20 go 2, remainder 4. And 8 into 40 go 5. So our full answer for that is 82.125, and rounded to 2 decimal places. So we're going to start from our decimal point and look at 2 digits there. So I'm just going to put a line here. The next digit is a 5, so we're going to round the 2 up to a 3, and everything else remains the same. For question 5, we're dividing 1572 by 0.3. It's a lot easier if we do 15720 divided by 3. So we've multiplied both of these by 10, so we can now use our bus stop method to divide these. So 3's into 1 go 0, 3's into 15 go 5, 3's into 7 go 2, remainder 1, 3's into 12 go 4, 3's into 0 go 0. So 5, 2, 4, 0. Work out 2.6 times 0.32. So we can do 2.6 times 0.32. Notice we have an extra digit here, so we're going to add a 0 there so that we can multiply these out. 2 times 0, 2 times 6, and 2 times 2, plus the 1 is the 5, add a 0, 3 times 0, 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1. Then we're on this one, so we're going to add 2 zeros. 0 times 0, 0, 0. So adding these up, we get 2, 13, and 8. So now we can put our decimal places back in. So let's just take these. We go 1, 2 into there, 1, 2 into there. So that's 2 there and 2 there. That's 4 decimal places we need to move in from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to have our answer of 0.832. Sorry, that answer should go in there. The next question is 0.8 times 0.04. So let's just do that over here. 0.8 times 0.04. Again, we're going to need that extra digit here. 4 times 0, 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 0 plus the 3. Then we leave a 0, 0, 0, and we leave another 0. So all of these are zeros here. Add these together. 0, 2, 3 zeros, and we count in our decimal places again. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 0.032. For the next question, 32 divided by 0.32 divided by 0.04. Let's do times by 100 for both of these. Then we have 32 divided by 4. So that one's a lot easier to do now, so we can just do 8 there. 54 divided by 0.006, so if we times by 1,000, we'll have 540, 1, 2, 3, divided by 6. So we can do 6's into 540, and we have 6's into 5 go 0, 6's into 54 go 9, 6 into 0. So that would be 90. Fatima bought 8 teddies at £3.46 each. So we're going to do 3.46 times 8. We're going to need some extra digits in here to match those up. And then we can do 0, 0, 0, leave a 0, and then we're doing 0 times 6, 0 times 4, 0 times 3. And then we leave 2 zeros, and we have 8 times 6, which is 48. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 4 is 36. And 8 times 3 is 24, plus the 3 is 27. So adding those up, we get 0, 0, 8, 6, 7, 2. Put the decimal places in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have £27.68. And to the nearest pound, we would round that up to 28 pounds. Round the numbers in the table. So 1.715 to 2 significant figures. We would start counting from the left and have 1, 2, so that would be there. The next digit is below 5, so that won't change that. And 3 significant figures, the 5 would round that up to a 2, and everything else would stay the same. 9364 to 1 significant figure, that's there. Everything else after the line, because these are whole numbers, becomes zeros. And the 3 does nothing to the 9. 2 significant figures, the 6 will raise the 3 to a 4. Everything after the line becomes zeros. 3 significant figures, the 4 does not change the 6. So we have 6, 3, 9, and everything after the line becomes a 0. 995 to 1 significant figure here. The 9 would raise that up to a 0, and then we would put a 1 in front of that to give us a 10. Everything after the line becomes zeros until the decimal point. 2 significant figures here. The 5 would raise the 9 up to a 10, and that would then raise the 1 in front up to a 10. So we would have 1,000 again. 3 significant figures. The 3 does nothing to the 5, so we would have 5 and 9, 9 like that. 0.1062 to one significant figure. We don't start counting significant figures until the first digit that isn't 0. So there is our line. Everything after the line disappears, and the 0 does nothing to the 1. So we'd have 0.1. 2 significant figures there. The 6 would raise that 0 up to 1, and everything else would stay the same. And 3 significant figures. The 2 does nothing to the 6. So that would be like that. Okay. The next question is a fractions question. Simon spent a third of his pocket money on a computer game and a quarter of his money on a ticket for a football match. So he spent a third plus a quarter of his money. So we would change these into a common denominator, which would be 12. And if I turn a 3 into a 12, I've multiplied by 4, so I would do the same to the top. And here I would times by 3, so I do the same to the top to get 3 twelfths. I can now add these to get 7 twelfths, and the question says, what fraction of his money does he have left? So 1 minus 7 twelfths, like that. 12 twelfths minus 7 twelfths is 5 twelfths. Question 2. Nassim buys petrol from his local garage. On Monday he filled up his tank. On Tuesday his tank was 3/4 full. How much did he have left? So the full tank would be 1 minus 3/4. So 4/4 minus 3/4 is 1/4. Write 3/4 as a decimal. So 3/4 is 4 into 3. So 4s into 3 go 0, carry the 3. 4s into 30 go 7, that's 28, remainder 2. 4s into 20 go 5. So 3/4 is 0.75. Write these numbers in order of size. 0.56, 0.067, 0.6, 0.65, and 0.605. So the easiest way to do this is to add zeros so that they all have the same number of digits. So the maximum is 3. So we need an extra 1 here, 2 here, and 1 there. So they all have 3 digits after the 0. Now we can just kind of ignore the 0 point and compare 560, 67, 600. So the smallest one would be 0.067. Then we would have 0.56, 0.6, 0.605, and 0.65. That's how we attack those questions. The next one, 5, negative 6, negative 10, 2, and negative 4. We'll put those in order. So the smallest one is negative 10, then negative 6, negative 4, 2, and 5. Okay. A half, 2/3, 2/5, and 3/4. So there's a couple of ways of doing this. One of the ways is to put them into a decimal, or finding a common denominator of all of these and making them equivalent fractions, which usually takes a lot longer. So we'll stick with trying to turn it into a decimal. So half is 0.5. 3/4 we already did up here, so we can use that again. 2/5, 5s into 2, 0, carry the 2, 5s into 20 go 4, so that's 0.4, and 2/3, 3s into 2, we have 3s into 2 go 0, carry the 2, 3s into 20 go 6, remainder 2, 3s into 20 go 6, remainder 2, 6, remainder 2, so you can see that that carries on forever, so we'll just put 0.66 for now. Now we can see which ones are the smallest, so 2/5 is first, then a half, then 2/3, and then 3/4 is the biggest. Okay. So question 4, a similar thing. This time we've got a mixture of percentages, so 65%, 3/4, 2/3, and 3/5. So we've already used 3/4 again, we can use that, and 2/3 from the last question was 0.66. 65%, 65 divided by 100 would just be 0.65, and 3/5, if we do that in a similar way as last time, 5 into 3 goes 0, remainder 3, 5 into 30 goes 6. So this is 0.6. I'll just add an extra 0 there so that we can compare these a bit easier. So we'll have 3/5, 65%, 2/3, and then 3/4 again is the largest. Work out the value of 2/3 times 3/4, top times top over bottom times bottom, and we can cancel this down. 6's go into both of these to give you a half. Work out the value of 1 and 2/3 plus 2 and 3/4. So first thing we need to do is turn this into a top-heavy fraction. So 3 times 1 plus 2 would give us 5/3. 4 times 2 plus 3 is 11/4. We then need to get our common denominator of 12ths again, because 3 and 4 both go into 12. So we times that by 4, so do the same to the top, and times this by 3, so we get 33/12. I can now add those together to give 53/12, and given your answer as a fraction in its simplest form, we'll be allowed 53/12, or 12 into 53 go 4, remainder 5. The next question, 12½ divided by 5/8. We'll turn 12½ into a top heavy, so 2 times 12 plus 1 is 25 halves. And then with the divide, we're going to times and flip the second fraction upside down. So we can cross cancel if we like, 1 and 5, 1 and 4. Or you can just do top times top and then cancel later, but the numbers are a lot bigger. So we've got 5 times 4 is 20, 1 times 1 on the bottom over 1, so the answer is just 20. And 60 times 2/3 is the same as 60/1 times 2/3. So we can cross cancel 1 and 20, 20 times 2, that gives us 40. If you wanted to, you could do 120/3, and that gives us 40 as well. Okay, so I hope that was useful, and if you have any questions, then please let me know in the comments below.